we had a lot of questions about the snake, and we can't kill the snake, and questions about surrender. We talked a little bit about what the sigh means, to sigh and then a cry goes forth, and how there's this physical understanding of the sigh being part of the vagus nerve that actually connects us.
Mm-hmm.
So that's from our group. And then I have a question that's related to Seder.
Mm-hmm.
That in this period of preparation, I was thinking about the Seder as a form of an Mishkan, and how all this preparation we do, which at least my preparation is typically not only in the food and an abundance of food, but also in the beauty of the table. And it's such an incredible amount of preparation, and the symbols on the plate. And so I was wondering, what should be our true intention for the Seder, and what should we be guiding or facilitating at the Seder? And finally, pulling these two together, why don't we have a snake on our Seder plate?
Okay, let's start with we have a few snakes in the Seder. Snakes sits around the table, around the with a question. You can see.
Don't speak about my family like that.
I'll try. Yeah, the family of wills. Okay, of our sitting around the Seder, and they have an order of question, and the first question is of the snake. The voice of the snake is very apparent or the serpent is very apparent in the Seder, in all its level. First, it's apparent from the first from the first sign. More naturally, it would be to start with to wash hands and then to actually sanctify or to bless. But we start with sanctifying. It means that we actually invite something that is, we act with the presence, meaning then we wash. It's like it giving this presence of holiness gives us actually an opportunity to understand its nature and to act in the presence of it. Okay, so first, when sanctity is present, then there is no power to everything that is external to it. Sort of at the moment we arrange the altar, which is the table, and the order of that which is burning in the middle of it, which is the purpose, and the purpose of one can say the purpose of creation. It's as though what we set down, including the serpent, and the intention above, is we're creating a match, like the structure of the tabernacle and the structure of the world of Atzilut. So there is beauty has to do with wisdom, meaning what we prepare on, what we clean before. And this is what I'm saying. It's after we sacrificed our the Pesach sacrifice. Pesach sacrifice, we need to understand, it's really different from everything else, from all other sacrifices in other holidays. Okay, because it has to do with the whole world, meaning that which every human state inside humanity need, and that is the sorting out, which is called the eating. But then there is a second level, which is that which is born out of it, which is the true need, called the itztarich. So, meaning all that who sits to the Seder actually include in all the people that sit to the Seder with the guest, with the lonely guest, with the fifth son, with the doubts in ourselves, is the readiness. All the preparation for it is the readiness to sort out. This is why I'm doing a break. This is why Pesach is so tempting to psychological and sort of soul of soul interpretation of freeing oneself from bad habits, because it has to do with everyone. It includes, but on top of everyone or everything in ourselves, the need to break free. Okay, has a criteria. It's not the breaking free of how am I with anger, how am I with forgiveness, how am I with moral issues, as they are, I don't know, determined by the self-image of humanity, which always fail in face of something that is or difficult or does not sit with the interest or agenda of that time. So on top of everyone or everything that is coming to sort themselves out, mostly we forget the higher, which is the need. And the need actually calls us for the sacrifice of Pesach, meaning not the general sacrifice of each holiday, but particularly to look what was born in Pesach, which is different. And what was born in Pesach, we need to see that every holiday, every Hebrew holiday, has to do with the memory of Egypt, of the Exodus from Egypt, or Egypt Exodus should be, because it should have been the Exodus of Egypt, not of Israel out of Egypt. It's a mark that the Exodus, the redemption is possible for everyone, or for every consciousness. But how? It's through Pesach. Meaning that Pesach is the setup, the first setup of the meeting point, which is Moed, the meeting point in time, which makes a process, which makes a place for humanity to meet Havaya, not Elohim, not the nature, but that which willed the nature. So this is why Pesach is so important, and this is why it starts from the right, from grace, from Avraham, from the question that all humanity should ask: how will we inherit redemption as humanity? So this is why everyone is invited to the Seder, but inside it, we need a condition of to grow the need of the meeting point. The meeting point, the whole Seder is an answer to Pharaoh, or to Paro question, who is this Havaya that I will hear? I cannot hear him. So the need to hear is the whole purpose of the Seder. And the part that refused to hear or does not see, which is what we call the wicked, does not see the need because it cannot see what it can profit from it. What the work will benefit. Its structure or its pleasure. It's like I'll give another example. We know that Malchut starts the creation with what is called the bread of shame, meaning so first that she realized that there is someone who prepared for her everything. Then she definitely understands that there is a will, there is someone. There is Baal Bait. There's someone who actually planned it and worked for it. So this caused in her first shame, and then one can say together they establish, meaning the owner of the house and the guest, they establish sort of contract or covenant of how the guest can stay in the house and cause through his staying pleasure, meaning a possible extension of the owner of the house to him, which gives pleasure to the owner of the house. Now, if the owner of the house is asking the guest, did you enjoy your meal? Did you enjoy your stay? And the answer is, I hope you enjoyed my stay. Meaning I caused you. In German, it's not a good enough answer because the Creator wishes us to enjoy, truly to feel pleasure, but in a different vessel. So this is actually the two levels, one can say, of the invitation into the Seder. It's everyone, but they need to come with a question of how to need it, how to need what is possible to be revealed there inside the new order, the new inclusion in the light. Because this is actually we repeat the first establishment in the history of humanity of I would say of a covenant that will allow the Creator to reveal itself. So it's for everyone. Yeah. This liberation, the possible freedom. So it's first you have to appreciate freedom. You have to, or liberty, in order to understand that you're willing to fight for it. And this is why it's all around bread, because bread has to do with fighting for something.